Perhaps the least important person in the stadium is the place kicker of a team who's behind by 35 points in the second half. Well, Doyle knows that the chances may not be too plentiful for him the rest of the way.
It's interesting to get a chance to look at Sean Moore. He's a man who hasn't had a chance to develop his skills yet in his young pro career.
That's a pick. Todd Crum has it on the deflection. And he's inside the 20. So Todd Crum on the interception. Pass was deflected right into his hands, and Orlando gets the ball right back.
We got a great helmet cam here coming up with this ball coming right at Andrews. Here again, sitting in the zone. Here's that ball coming.
Catch it, Rick. Come on. That's why those guys are linebackers.
Great look. Isn't that a great look? That's why he's a linebacker. He always wanted to be a tight end. And when he was third day of high school football, they threw him that same pass that get over on the other side, kid.
And now at the 16 of Birmingham. And inside, nothing there. Tommy Stowers carrying the ball for the first time out of Missouri, 235-pounder.
Tommy Stowers, the ball carrier.
Nothing there for the Orlando running back. It was Rick Andrews wearing helmet cam tonight.
University of Washington player. He's got to be happy. His Huskies have had one of the all-time great years this year in college football.
Ball at the 17.
Well, for Sean Moore, he's learned quickly what it's like to be back in a ball game.
Well, what did he...
Hot!
Mitchell wide open. Willie Davis for 6 more. Third touchdown pass thrown by Scott Mitchell. The second one caught by Willie Davis, and it's 41-0.
Well, I think we've seen the last of Scott Mitchell. They got to get him out and start getting him thinking about next week. They're going to the World Bowl, and again, look at that ball. He's just on the money tonight. This guy's going to be an outstanding quarterback. He already is at this level of football. I think he will be at the next level, too.
Tracy Bennett puts through the point. It has been quite a night. Scott Mitchell made that rather strong statement in the Miami paper yesterday that we mentioned, and he's backed it up tonight big time.
Well, what it indicates to me, that I think that for every NFL general manager or head coach, this is an example of getting ready for the future. They get your young quarterback playing, and he's matured very well.
Galen knows where he's going in Montreal.
To solve a mystery.
Who are we looking for here? IRA terrorists or some ultra-violent faction of the IRA?
To stop a killer.
This is who we should be looking for. We find her, we'll find them.
To save his family.
Sean Miller escaped.
Well, what does that mean?
Jack Ryan must play a deadly game.
How many are coming? Where's Sean Miller?
Based on the best-selling novel, Harrison Ford, Patriot Games. The games begin June 5th. Rated R.
We were all tied up on the Delacroix case, unable to identify the mystery blonde. Luckily, Louis was back. A Freedom Zoom camera.
With Minolta's unique eye start, Freedom starts zooming before it even meets your eye. So, when you can't get to the picture, Freedom zooms the picture to you. And fast. Shoot!
Look at this. It's our secretary. Looks like she takes more than dictation.
Americans choose the freedom to zoom.
Only from the mind of Minolta.
Every shot is a blast of sound. The harder you hit it, the bigger the boom. Boom ball. Play it outside, play it inside. It's what excitement sounds like from Catacomb.
Willie Davis has caught 2 touchdowns tonight. Joe Howard Johnson caught another one from Scott Mitchell. And it's 42-0. Less than 4 minutes to play in the third quarter. That goes through the end zone. Well, the future of the World League hopefully will be resolved shortly. And recently, Michael Barkan had a chance to catch up with Kansas City Chiefs owner Lamar Hunt in Montreal and ask him his feeling about the World League.
Well, my feeling is there should be and will be, yes, but I would want to reserve. I can't speak for the full 28-member NFL ownership. But I'm an optimist. I'm an expansionist, an optimist, and I believe the game of football is a growing game, and I think we've got to do some things to structure the World League better, but my feeling would be, yes, positive.
Birmingham starting at the 20-yard line now with Sean Moore. They hand the ball off inside to Harris. Harris, just his third carry tonight, and the ball's free. And it's apparently a live football. And Orlando covers it. Now, let's see. Now they're going to blow the play dead, I believe. Now, let's see. One official's back at the point of the play, calling it a dead play.
The player was ruled down by contact. The ball still belongs to Birmingham. Second down.
That's a great call, whether he was down or not.
Yes.
It's a great call. Just to, you know.
Just for competitive
and it also
balance.
Happens to be the right call. He looks like he was down, but
you just wish they could make it a little clearer so you don't have 27 guys banging around, potentially hurting themselves for a football. Second down now, the 24-yard line. Eddie Britton on the catch, made one man miss, and Britton has a first down for Birmingham.
Well, there becomes a point in the game we've still got about 12 minutes, 17 minutes to go in this game when you get to the point as the losing coach say, hey, let's just get this baby over with. You want to keep that clock going somewhat. In the World League, on a completed pass, that clock does continue to work, so they can throw and the clock still runs down.
Good.
2:45 to play third quarter. Birmingham with a first down. Sean Moore's first down as a Birmingham quarterback this year. Handoff is to Harris. And he's going to get another first down. Strong run out near midfield.
Picked up by number 51, Dean Witkowski.
Listen to Chan Gailey. We will catch up on, get your thoughts on the Lamar Hunt comment in a moment. Leaning back in his chair, Gene Smith, the defensive coordinator.
No joy in Birmingham tonight, huh?
They're coming here.
Here's the blitz coming. You kind of hope they'd have some mercy here.
Wow. And Moore just unloads it, flips it away. Bryant all over him.
I think we got a penalty downfield. We've got I think a holding downfield, or perhaps an offensive lineman downfield. I'm not quite sure. It looks like that's what it was. Umpire, that's the most offensive lineman downfield I've seen in years.
You know, John, it was interesting to hear Lamar Hunt talk about the World League future and being so bullish on it. It's a great man to have say that because, of course, he founded the Dallas Texans in the old AFL in 1960. He went through all of this. He knows what it takes and what growing pains you go through in a fledgling league.
Well, I would think NFL general managers, head coaches would be eager to get more players playing in this league, not just the end of your roster, but promising young players.
Well, that's it.
Because
Scott Mitchell's, Sean Moore's, as you said.
Absolutely. Get the young player an opportunity to play.
Eligible lineman downfield. Number 74 in the offense. 10 yards. Still first down.
Ted, I've been very convinced in my exposure to the World League that the men coaching in this level are outstanding coaches. So if you entrust one of your players to a Shan Galley or a Galen Hall or any of the other, Coach Riley from San Antonio, Coach Stevenson from Sacramento, you're going to get as good coaching for a young player as you can have.
And again, sometimes it doesn't work. That's the Sean Moore experiment this year, but the Scott Mitchell one's paid off great dividends. Here's Eddie Britton. And Eddie Britton upended Todd Crum. And nice open field tackle.
Well, they're playing free and with abandon, and they're just moving quicker than the other guys.
Big it back.
Now, coming up near the end of our game tonight, we'll present tonight's Edge helmet cam play of the game.
Well, I think we all know what that was.
Yeah.
That was one of the great views, and you know that helmet cam has been such such a great thing. I look forward to that as much as anything that I've seen for a number of years.
We have Sean Moore being harassed and being brought down. Racine Keaton, linebacker out of UCLA, with the sack for Orlando. It's their second of the game. Hey, John, we talk about helmet cam and the views it gives us. The technology is wonderful, but you know something? The people. And we've had outstanding work by our crews all year long that have helped make helmet cam and the audio that we hear every week possible.
Yeah, it puts you a whole new dimension about your sense of being in the game as opposed to being a voyeur from way up in the press box somewhere.
Back up, V. He's a back up, V.
Further convinces you that sometimes you must have a little bit of an edge to be a linebacker. Those headhunt the safety move. Moore got walloped there. Oh, he got smacked. And that was Wayne Dixon. And Sean Moore is welcomed to the world of professional football rather rudely by, you mentioned, a team that's playing carefree right now.
Well, again, they're just laying their ears back and coming. They're coming with a lot of pass rush stunts. There's no reason not to.
The third quarter comes to an end on this play. And the Orlando Thunder are looking at a spot in the World Bowl.
Sharp.
What you need in copiers is
Sharp. Sharp. Sharp thinking about business.
It gives you the award-winning Master Series, Sharp's most advanced high-speed, high-volume copying system.
Sharp thinking about copiers.
It's built into our full line of copiers to make your business more productive.
Sharp. Sharp.
More cost-efficient. It's made Sharp Copiers number one.
Number one.
In customer satisfaction.
Sharp thinking about business.
Bifocals? I'm gonna look just like my father. My grandfather. Wait, nobody'll notice the lines if I do some cool frames. Or something. This is not working.
For those who refuse to be seen in bifocals, we offer the perfect disguise. Verilux no-line bifocals. The vision you need, the look you want. None of the lines. Call for a Verilux professional near you.
When you need to know what's going on in the sporting world, there's only one number you need to call. 1-900-370-3322. Jim Fice Sports Extra at 75 cents per minute. Jim Fice Sports Extra provides you with the fastest and most complete scoring updates in the country, all in the official Nevada rotation. You're able to access the latest Vegas line, weather conditions, injuries, and much, much more. Call 1-900-370-3322.
Well, we have seen perhaps some future for the Miami Dolphins here tonight. Scott Mitchell, the quarterback for the Orlando Thunder, out of Utah, where he left school after his third year and is getting some outstanding experience this year. With Orlando, 3 touchdown passes tonight in a convincing Orlando lead through 3 quarters. Kirk Maggio with the Birmingham punt, and Joe Howard Johnson. A little bit of that return man arrogance there. He said, I can run anything back. This time he loses 7 yards.
Well, that's the punt Maggio needed in the first quarter so early.
We've got a, looks like we have a flag down behind the play. No, perhaps not. Just a loose piece of equipment down. And Kerwin Bell is coming out to do the quarterbacking now for the Thunder. And you hear some warm applause for Kerwin Bell. He's crowd favorite, of course, because he played at Florida. He was the quarterback for the Thunder here last year when he had those kind of numbers in a wide open pass attack. Hands off inside to, looks like Roger Vick on the carry.
You know, Dick, this Orlando football franchise has made a real turnaround. They brought in Dick Beam as a general manager, Galen Hall as a coach, and this football team has really redone itself and now is, you know, at the top of the league, going to the World Bowl. You know, they didn't get the kind of crowds that they wanted early, but now late in the season, the crowds are starting to come. But you got to give a lot of credit to those two men, Dick Beam and Galen Hall.
Now Bell goes into the shotgun on 2nd down and 9. Oh, that's too high to Joe Howard Johnson, incomplete. It was interesting that John, in the World Bowl, looks like Orlando's going to be there, and Sacramento's a heavy favorite tomorrow. If that's the matchup at the World Bowl, you would have two teams that completely changed virtually everything on their teams from year 1 to year 2. Birmingham and Barcelona, the other playoff team tomorrow, are two clubs that stayed virtually the same from year 1 to year 2.
That's right, and what these two teams have, if in fact Sacramento does go, and that's going to be a tougher game than people think, but we're going to see the two really outstanding quarterbacks. And kind of the young and the old of this league. David Archer, who's had a phenomenal year, and you know, is finding a way back into the NFL because of that. Great year. Scott Mitchell, who's found respect and a future because of his year.
Running out of time on the play clock. They take a timeout early in the 4th quarter.
Will our new Lightning blade actually make your job as easy as this? Well, Lightning stays sharp longer, cuts easier than the blade you're using, or your money back.
Nothing works like Polaroid.
Hi, I'm Regis Philbin. You know, I've been suffering with back pain for years. I tried all these rubs. They worked, but I smelled so medicine-y. Then I discovered odor-free Aspikreme. I just rub an Aspikreme for hours of concentrated relief right where I hurt. It relieves the pain fast, and it's odor-free. That's the difference. Go ahead, try odor-free Aspikreme yourself. With Aspikreme, you'll get fast relief. Hours of relief. And Aspikreme is aspirin-free.
Chan Gailey, well, he did blink there. But the blinks are few and far between right now for an obviously disappointed man who felt very good about his football team and the way they played to make the playoffs, but tonight has seen it all crumble. And it disintegrated rapidly.
Yeah, it sure did.
Wow. Well, Orlando has it now 3rd down and 9. They hand the ball off inside to Roger Vick. And Vick will be stopped short of a 1st down. Well, Orlando hoping that timeout that they had to call there will come back to hurt them late this 4th quarter.
This is the time of the game where Chan Gailey should go down to one of those sideline officials and say, hey, keep that clock going, man. Let's get out of here.
Would a well-placed $50 bill help?
Yeah, just keep that baby going.
Ray Criswell to punt it. Low knuckleball kick goes out of bounds. Not a very good punt there, and it's out of bounds at about the 40-yard line of Orlando. So Birmingham will get their best field position of the game, just a 26-yard punt. Right now, the Fire hope they can just get on the board.
How's that?
Great. I like these the best. You got it.
I always tell my customers, be sure to take your credit card receipts. I should have listened to myself. Citibank for me? The other day I got a call from Citibank. Hello? It seems somebody charged some pretty fancy stuff on my card number. Citibank suspected fraud, but they said I wouldn't be responsible for the charges. I've seen Citibank look out for my customers. Seems they're also looking out for me.
Not just Visa, Citibank Visa.
I'm Cy Sperling, president of Hair Club for Men. If you have thinning hair, then this new booklet is something you should have. If you call our toll-free number, we'll send you our new brochure, which contains information about various hair replacement methods, including what the FDA has to say about the drug minoxidil. Of course, you'll also learn about Hair Club's new non-surgical polyfuse method.
Whether wet right out of the shower or blown dry before going out, it looks and feels natural, just like a part of you. Hair Club's new polyfuse method literally fuses top-quality human hair to your own hair.
Even when you feel around the perimeter of your head, I mean, you really cannot feel anything in your hair.
It really gave me more ways to be able to do my hair, and I could do it in more of a 90s fashion.
A new healthy head of hair can renew confidence and improve self-esteem. It may also bring out the best of who you are.
So make sure you call our toll-free number to receive our new brochure. It's loaded with information so you can make the right choice for yourself. And by the way, I'm not only the Hair Club president, but I'm also a client.
I thought you subpoenaed me, Mr. DA.
The Secret Passion of Robert Clayton on USA tonight.
Now back here in Orlando. Oh, my tickets were picked up tonight. That's nice to see. 12:51 to play, and Orlando leading 42-0. Birmingham starting from the Orlando 40-yard line with Sean Moore. And he hits Willie Boyer, who has his first catch of the night, and it's a first down inside the 30. Only the third pass of more than 10 yards for Birmingham tonight. One of the oddest statistics of this World League season. Willie Boyer, the second leading receiver in the league, 57 catches this year, John, and no touchdowns.
Well, Birmingham was a team that ran the football inside the 20. I think they had most of their touchdowns were rushing touchdowns.
Well, now Orlando, short a player, takes another timeout. Willie Boyer probably happy. He looks like he's moving a little slowly himself.
Well, he got his foot twisted that time.
Willie Boyer played at Michigan State. You talk about a guy that kind of got overlooked. They had Andre Rison on the other side and a running back by the name of Lorenzo White, who wasn't bad either. And so Willie Boyer was a kind of forgotten man.
Well, he's been a consistent receiver, and he's been a really physical and brave receiver. He's cut that ball in traffic all year and has had a great year.
Tomorrow on USA, winning is the only way to survive this deadly game. Roddy McDowell and Mark Singer star in a USA world premiere movie, Encore. Tomorrow night at 7, 6 Central on USA. They will definitely be tuned in. From the 29, a first down for Birmingham. Fire had one scoring chance in the game. Philip Doyle missed a 42-yard field goal in the first half. Moore puts some hang time on that pass, and it's incomplete. Eddie Britton pleading his case with Todd Crum, and that from Thomas on coverage.
Here's a jump ball in the end zone. We're going to get a chance to see on the replay. And as that ball's up, say who can get up for this? Looks like the NBA player. Oh, he's up there. He just can't stay. You needed to call Michael Jordan and say, how do you stay up there when you get up? That's a good job when you got 2 or 3 people there. The guy that gets up first, if the receiver gets up first, can kind of con a pass interference sometimes. But he did a nice job of trying to get it up there, be the first guy to jump.
Sean Moore put a little something on that ball.
Yeah, he's got a strong arm.
Second down at 10. It's to Jim Bell. The Birmingham running tandem of Harris and Bell has been a non-factor tonight. The early scores by Orlando eliminating that, and between the two of them, Harris and Bell have combined to carry the ball only 5 times tonight.
The Orlando defense has impressed me. They look much quicker, much more active than I think they were early in the year. They've made steady improvement. The focus on this team has been on the offense, but that's a good defensive team, and it's going to serve them well next week in the World Bowl. I think they will give a good account of themselves.
Down and 7. Again, Orlando showing blitz. And Sean Moore beats it. Nice pass and nice catch by Eddie Britton for a first down at the 15.
Well, that was a nice job by Moore. He had all the problems that you need as a quarterback. They were coming with everybody, and up to this point, they hadn't picked anybody up. He comes back, gets the ball off, and is accurate with the ball. When you throw against blitz coverage, a lot of times you have a receiver open. Here's Andrews trying on a pass rush. He gets stopped immediately.
Andrews almost jumped the snap count. He had to hold up for a moment. More on the bootleg. Nice job to avoid one man.
Oh, he got it.
And that is
Give it to him. Give it to him. Oh, come on.
Well, the man got caught there, and I'm not sure the official understood what kind of a call to make. And after a deliberation, he called Willie Boyer out of bounds.
Well, it was too bad it was a delayed call, and it was a great job by Sean Moore. You shouldn't take that away from him.
No, I think that was the right call, but again, it took too long to make. But I believe he made the right call. Willie Boyer has to get 2 feet in here.
He needs 2 feet to get in.
One.
Oh, that's definitely in. When you're down 42-0, you only need 1 foot inbound. That's a new rule in the World League this year.
And that's out of bounds. But we're going to get a flag here, I believe. Well, let's see.
Well, Sean fell down from the snap from center, but you know his athletic ability really, you can just see it already. He can scramble. He's got a strong arm, and his delivery is a quick delivery. Doesn't wind up. So here's a man with some real potential also.
No flag there. It was an uncatchable ball. The official signal. 3rd and 10. Ball at the 15 of Orlando. 9:10 to play in the game. Quick hit to Britton. And a nice block inside, and Eddie Britton will score.
Well, that's the first one of those he's gotten up the field. All the other ones that they had tried, and that was a big play for them tonight. Britton kept going sideways. That time he got it up the field and ran right by some people. Did a nice job.
So the Birmingham Fire on the board as Sean Moore hits Eddie Britton for 6. There's the last cut. So he got by Crum, and that's what got him in the end zone. Now Philip Doyle for the extra point. So Birmingham with 8:59 to play in the game is on the board. People thought they might have seen this earlier this year. Sean Moore throwing a touchdown pass for the Fire. It comes late in a game that appears to have already been decided.
This summer in Barcelona, 12 of our best men will be bound by a common past, a common goal, and a common thread. Champion is proud to have been chosen to make the uniform for America's team. Because we understand, too, it takes a little more to make a champion.
Take a look at this revolutionary new car wax, Turtle Wax. New high-tech formula Turtle Wax. The no rubbing, no buffing, bring back the shine 12-month car wax. This is an old beater, but in just minutes, today's Turtle Wax safely brings back the shine. Get today's high-tech formula Turtle Wax. Watch out, some household detergents can strip car wax, so use Zip Wax Car Wash. It cleans safely and lets the Turtle Wax shine through.
This is not what you want in a shave. Now you've got the edge with 6 rich lubricants. For less irritation, you've got the edge.
You were here. She has the traveler's checks here. There's got to be a better way. Here's one now. New American Express traveler's checks for 2. The first checks either of you can use. Don't leave home without them.
Ghosts, ESP, reincarnation.
Anything's possible when we take you beyond reality on USA. Join us for all new episodes, Friday nights.
We're liable to see an onside kick here.
We do, and the ball's free. And it's still free and finally squirts out to Birmingham. So the Fire recovers the onside kick just shy of midfield. It's Orlando's players that for the first time tonight are complaining.
I don't think the officials were very responsive on that play. I'm not sure the ball wasn't touched before it went 10 yards.
Okay, Tom White.
The ball's got to go 10 yards before a Birmingham player touches it.
Well, he did.
Jackson hit the ball, I think, that time.
I think it already had gone 10, though.
Well, that's why officials have conferences. One guy says it went 10, the other guy says no. I think Birmingham should have the ball. That's what they should be saying in there. Say, hey, give him the ball. We want to see Sean Moore play a little bit.
Sorry, Tom, but we can't hear you.
That's a ball, Tom.
But we know what he said. It's Birmingham's football. John had just appeared in this, just from up here, it appeared Orlando wasn't real ready for an onside kick.
Well, they're in an onside kick formation. They had the second line up there close. I just don't know that they had their hands team where they put in receivers that are the better people at handling the ball.
Well, Birmingham back with the football. And Moore throws the underneath pattern to Boyer. Moves the ball into Orlando territory.
You know, Dan Reeves, the coach of the Denver Broncos, has an interesting situation this year. He has Sean Moore, a young quarterback, and they have drafted Tommy Maddox from UCLA. So conceivably, we could see both those young players in the World League next year.
And the backup job in Denver's open. Veteran Gary Kubiak has retired.
Yeah, so
that's why Denver wanted Sean Moore to play in the World League and get some experience. Boyer with that catch short of a first down. The reason Sean Moore's not playing, people say, well, why isn't he playing? Well, the way Chan Gailey looked at it, they went to training camp and he had Norseth, a veteran, Sean Moore, a youngster, and they let him battle for the job. And Chan just says Norseth won the job, flat out competition, and has not done anything since the season started to lose it.
Well, that's what this game is all about. It's competition, and the coach has to give the job to the man that earns the job. But you can see Sean Moore's talent. Just his physical gifts are significant.
Third down here. They're down short 2 as Harris gets the pitch and he won't get it. And it was Rick Andrews, Mr. Helmet Cam, made the first hit.
Again, you see the quickness of this Orlando defense. This is I'm a little surprised at it and very impressed with it. They are surrounding that football quickly. Here you see Andrews as a linebacker, comes off the tight end's blocks, comes underneath it really. That was a mistake by the tight end. You saw the tight end block into Andrews, then kind of wheel his body around, and Andrews took the inside, made a big play.
Oh, on fourth down now, Birmingham will go for it. Andrews surveys the alignment.
Watch the slant. Watch the slant.
It's fourth down and 5 here for Birmingham from the Orlando 45. And an incompletion. They turn the ball back over to the Thunder. Intended for Mark Hopkins, the tight end. You know, John, in all candor, what's going to happen if there is year 3 in the World League is there's going to have to be some decision made on those conflicting schools. The thought we talked about regarding Sean Moore, and that gets down to what this league is. If this league is a developmental league and it's being funded in part by the NFL, then the Sean Moores have to play. That's what they're here for.
Well, they have to be given an opportunity to play. I think there's always going to be some controversy surrounding that, but what I think is clear is how important it is for the young player in the NFL to have a chance to continue to grow. We saw the best of that in Scott Mitchell. If I were still coaching in the NFL the year that Dave Archer had, I would be looking very hard at Dave Archer next year. I think David Archer could be very successful with an NFL football team this next season, particularly after the way his skills have been sharpened by his clearly outstanding year and his great leadership ability.
Scott Mitchell, no uncertainty there. He knows where he's going. Dave Archer not sure yet. His rates belong to Philadelphia. And of course, Sean Moore knows where he's going, back to Denver. And Kerwin Bell underneath here for Orlando. On the bootleg. Throws it out to tight end Michael Titley, and that's a pass to midfield, which will leave Orlando with third down and almost 6. 5:45 to play. Can you believe that he was a quarterback once?
Oh, he was a good quarterback, and he was a good quarterback on an outstanding Penn State team.
2 outside guys. We ought to be all right here, shouldn't we? Oh, yeah.
Most valuable player in the Gator Bowl game, 1961.
That's what they do in the heat.
Spent 18 years coaching with A lot of good people like Chuck Fairbanks and Barry Switzer in Oklahoma.
You don't know that. Come on, Rosie. Come on, Rosie.
Underneath, Kerwin Bell to Joe Howard Johnson. And that is a first down before he is collared by Fred Foggy.
I think if I were Galen Hall right now, I would have all of those guys that are going to be important next week out of that ball game.
Red.
No, it's
left pink.
amazing about Galen Hall, John. Is here's a guy that when he ran into the problems that forced his resignation at Florida, Galen Hall, who was 49 years of age, went back to Penn State. Joe Paterno hired him as a graduate assistant at age 49. He did it for a year.
Well, that's again, you look at the kind of man he is and the kind of man Joe Paterno is. Probably a very difficult time in Galen's life. And Joe Paterno was there, and I'm sure he contributed a great deal to the Penn State program.
Junior Jackson hits Roger Vick down there for a loss. 4:15 to play. Orlando leading 42-7. The Thunder are headed to Montreal next Saturday. Brad Nessler, Boomer Esiason, and pending the permission of the Canadian government, Michael Barkan will all be there to bring you the World Bowl on USA.
What's the boot?
Enjoying poutines. Did you enjoy those on your first trip to Montreal this year, John?
I missed out on those.
Oh, come on, Kerwin.
French fries and gravy. I know it sounds like an awfully terrific combination to me.
What? 90 flat.
Orlando's out of timeouts.
Throw it away.
Let's hope it doesn't matter.
A 6-year-old in her first two-wheeler. My favorite kind of customer. But no sooner do they take off her training wheels than someone takes off with her bike. So her father calls the police, and then Citibank Visa. Well, the bike never turns up, but it turns out Citibank has a program that replaces it free. I see what Citibank does for their customers. That's why I became one.
Not just Visa, Citibank Visa.
Wow, there is a Thunder fan, huh? Probably has tickets for the next 17 Grateful Dead shows as well. 3:48 to play here, Orlando. Kerwin Bell, he's got a man wide open. And they're going to call him down by contact. Grantis Bell whistled dead about the 18-yard line.
Well, there's no more lonely man on this field right now than Chan Galley. He's over there standing by himself. There's nothing much he can do. He has done a great coaching job this year for Birmingham. This football team had to win every one of their last 4 games to stay alive, and they managed to do it. They didn't get great individual performance, but they certainly did a great job as a team, and I think he did a great job. Galen Hall certainly deserves Coach of the Year, but this man deserves some credit for being, for really a great job. It's just a shame the year has to end that way for him. You would like, if you're going down, to go down in the last second with, all flags flying, but he deserves a lot of, he's done a lot to be proud of.
Willie Davis on the catch to the 10-yard line. And John, we tend to overlook. Chan Gailey certainly did a great job. He got his team to the playoffs. Mike Riley's San Antonio Riders finished 7-3 and don't make the playoffs at all, which was very frustrating to everybody there. And Mike Riley deserves a lot of kudos as well. Did a fine job.
There's some really outstanding coaches in this league.
Roger Vick carries the ball down to about the 6-yard line. Well, we've relocated Michael Barkan. Where are you, Mike?
High end zone, Ted. And I'll tell you, the Orlando folks were concerned about attendance. They wanted about 30,000 people for tonight's game. They got just about that. I'm in the end zone with the Thunder Nuts, and these guys are some of the biggest rooters in Orlando. Let me show me your stuff, guys. Come on. The Thunder Nuts. Here we go. Woo! I don't know what they're saying, but I love it. I'm going to have a seat.
Mike fits right in with that group.
He does. Wonderful recruiting job, guys.
Great job. Great job, guys.
What is that? We have a 2-minute warning here in Orlando.
Shine a light on you, shine a light on me. Keep your Bud Light shining for everyone to see. Cuts clean through your thirst, never leaves you flat. Outshining all the others that from Bud Light shine.
If you're into looking good, get into Bud Light. Clean, fresh taste won't fill you up. Never let you down.
You can taste it, you can feel it, you know you got it right. Everything else is just a lie. Keep your Bud Light shining. Everything else is just a lie.
This is not what you want in a shave. Now you've got the edge. This is the shave with 6 rich lubricants. This is the shave that reduces irritation. This is the shave. For less irritation, you've got the edge. Edge, proud sponsor of the NBA Most Valuable Player Award.
The Edge Helmet Cam Play of the Game is brought to you by Edge Shaving Gel. For less irritation, you've got the edge. And what does Helmet Cam bring us tonight but the should-have-been intercepted ball by Rick Andrews? Rick needs that stick-em, John.
Just beautiful, and he keeps his eye on the ball. He got that, but he just got too much tape in his hands. He got to get that tape off of his hands, and he's going to catch the ball. That's a great look at it, and boy.
That's right. Mickey goes to Montreal next week.
Well, we've got a
and
big
Mike
game.
Barkan, too.
And there's a big game tomorrow, Sacramento and Barcelona. We're talking about coaches. Jack Bicknell has done a great job for that football team.
Kerwin Bell rolling out, just kind of standing there, calmly waiting and throwing a pass that's incomplete. Intended for Tommy Stowers in the end zone and incomplete. You know, Jack Bicknell has done a wonderful job because Barcelona's been gone for a month. They have not been able to be home and be at Montjuic Stadium.
That's right.
The upcoming Olympics, so they've had to spend the last month in North America. Galen Hall and his Orlando Thunder are heading to Montreal. They'll be leaving Monday to spend the week up there before the game next Saturday night. And a reminder, you'll see it right here on USA at 8 o'clock, 7 Central, next Saturday. Vic goes inside. Inside the 5, it'll be 3rd down with 1:45 to play. Well, Galen Hall may be wearing that in about 1:45 seconds. Nice job, guys.
Stop your feet and roar the Thunder.
Well, John, I've enjoyed having the chance to work with you this year. This has been a lot of fun, and we need to thank our outstanding crew. We've had the pleasure of working with some tremendous professionals. Done a terrific job.
Yeah, it's been fun, and we've seen good football, and I think we have presented football in a manner that it just isn't seen on television, and I have thoroughly enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Particular thanks to our statistician, Debbie, tonight, who's done a great job. Here's Kerwin Bell on 3rd down, throwing incomplete.
Well, this is a point in the game where, I think they should be running the football. There's no need to get any more points on the board here. They should be running the football and just getting out of here.
Could Carl Dunbar be the perpetrator? They do need 2 buckets to cover Galen. Did you notice that? One bucket won't do?
Yes, they need about 4 buckets there. That's a 4-bucket shot on Galen.
Tracy Bennett here for a 22-yard field goal. And as Bennett drills it through, Galen got soaked.
You know, the interesting thing about this kind of win, they have to go back and play next week, and I'm sure that's going through Galen Hall's mind right now. Said, hey, don't do this to me. We got one more big week of work. And there's almost, you win this easy, and something kind of happens to you. And
why are the coaches?
Hope that doesn't happen.
John, why are coaches surprised anymore when that happens to them?
Well, I just think you don't want to turn around and look at them and get it in the face. I guess that's what it is. I don't know.
I don't know, how do you score that for accuracy?
That's the same guy that missed the pass, so you can get an idea what kind of hands that guy's got.
Well, fortunately for Galen Hall, it's about 85 degrees and very humid here tonight, so that probably feels pretty good right now.
Yeah. Well, he had his team very well prepared, both emotionally and physically, and they had a couple breaks early in the game, but they were here ready to go and dominated the game from the outset.
They're getting everybody down there. So now, Michael Barkan were really on the ball. He'd be down there getting doused. When was the last? You think Barkan's ever had a Gatorade bath?
No, thank you, Ted.
You know, at some point in this game,
going to the World Bowl.
I can remember back when I was an assistant at USC and we had some big wins when John McKay was the coach. And by this time of the game, he'd get mad at something. So you go into the locker room, and his speech always was, "We are the second worst football team in America. Thank God we played the worst football team in America." So he always took a little edge off the celebration and tried to get you ready for the next one.
James Henry running this kickback for Birmingham as we're down to 52 seconds and counting. Well, next week, Orlando will be in Montreal. They will play the winner of tomorrow's Barcelona-Sacramento game. And you know what? All these players that go there next week will be thinking about, right? There's money involved, but they're all going to be thinking about a ring.
Yeah, and more than that, Ted, they're champions. You know, they got a chance to be champions, and that's what's the great thing.
But it's amazing how in pro sports, more than the money, it's the ring. And it doesn't matter what the sport is. The championship, even the London Monarchs last year, I believe, wasn't it Larry Kennan asked for his ring to be special delivered to him in Seattle where he was with the Seahawks?
Yeah. That's great.
They want the ring.
Against a team that Orlando has,
Ron Moore loops it out, and Kirkpatrick makes a nice catch and out of bounds. No, call that incomplete. No possession, an incomplete pass.
No, he didn't.
41 seconds remaining. And the Citrus Bowl is about empty now. I think most of the Thunder fanatics have gone outdoors to continue their celebration.
Well, we had a good crowd and a very enthusiastic crowd, and they got a chance to see a team play a great football game. And, you know, it's too bad there are more games here. You know, if this World Bowl were played here next week, we'd probably have close to a 50,000 crowd and a very loud and excited crowd.
28,000 was the 28,000 and change the announced attendance tonight. Ball caught by Hopkins, just shy of midfield. And there's our KFC player of the game, Joe Howard Johnson, with 2 explosive first-half touchdowns. One a pass catch, one a punt return. Kentucky Fried Chicken will donate $1,000 in Joe Howard Johnson's name to DARE Drug Abuse Resistance Education.
Get out here, Tom. Get out here, Tom.
Moore's pass is caught by Hopkins, who carries it inside the 35. And we'll stop the clock to move the chains with 5 seconds remaining. Now Monday they're heading to Montreal.
Well, I'm glad
doesn't look particularly excited about this right now, John.
Pardon? Galen's thinking ahead. Galen's already stopped celebrating. He's already on the next one. That's a tough thing about a coach. You don't get to enjoy it very long. And he's already putting that game face on so that everybody knows.
The final play, an incomplete pass, and the Orlando Thunder, winners of the North American East, owners of the best record in the World League this season, are heading to Montreal. And the 1992 World Bowl, they did it in convincing fashion. They dominated Birmingham in the first quarter. Never let this be a game.
No, that's right. It was over fast, and that just happens that way sometimes.
Much Galen Hall could do to console Chan Gailey after a most disappointing night for Birmingham. But joy for Orlando. The Thunder are going to Montreal. Winners 45-7. We'll come back to talk with winning coach Galen Hall in just a moment.
The Brooker boys are here on tour. What's been the highlight of your Lake Edna stop, Matt?
I'd say this new honey barbecued chicken, Russ. Fried chicken glazed in a special sauce with a touch of honey. Get 2 pieces with baked beans, coleslaw, and a biscuit in a roundup meal for just $2.99.
That was completely unsolicited.
The 2-piece honey barbecue roundup meal, just $2.99, or the 8-piece meal, just $9.99 for a limited time in Lake Edna or your neck of the woods.
Unleash yourself in the mind maze.
Free your imagination. Escape your reality. Can you win in the mind maze? It's a perfect place. Drift into another world where everything is what you make it. It's magic. It's the mind maze. The mind maze, where it's all in your imagination. Call 1-900-933-9283. Adults 18 and over only. $5 per minute.
This is the time to use Ace Paint. Hey, Ace knows what it takes to make great paint because Ace makes its own. Ace Paint, top quality in every drop, guaranteed.
Ace 7-Star, their best interior flat latex, is just $10.97 a gallon.
Another reason Ace is the place for you.
There's a cologne that preferred men prefer.
Preferred stock cologne from the House of Stetson. Smooth and extra special.
Preferred stock cologne. What preferred men prefer.
The World League playoffs on USA are being brought to you by Bud Light. Everything else is just a light. By Sports Extra Score Phone. Fast, accurate, and dependable. The Sports Extra Score Phone. And by Kentucky Fried Chicken. Nobody's cooking like today's KFC.
The Orlando Thunder headed to the World Bowl. 45-7 winners tonight. Michael Barkan is with winning coach Galen Hall.
Well, Ted, Galen says you've had a water bucket shower after every game. How does this one rate?
Well, this is the best so far. It's a little cold.
You had a huge win tonight. How did you do it? Because it really seemed a lot easier than perhaps it was.
Well, I really didn't know whether we could do it or not by this much, but I knew if we played well offensively, we could score some points. And defense sort of set the tempo of the first half, and Scott had an exceptional game. He's on target all night.
You spoke about defense. You like to poo-poo your defense and say, we're okay, but you're tops in the league in points allowed, and they really played a good game.
They really did, and we gave them poor field position the time that Birmingham scored. They bend, but they don't break, and they come up with big plays.
Prior to the game, we talk about perhaps lackluster performances, your last 3 outings, and this was important, I guess. You got your guys motivated. What about next week?
Well, I don't think there'll be any question we'll be ready next week. We practiced well this week, and now we've just got to keep that momentum going.
Who do you prefer to play?
It doesn't matter to me.
Oh, come on.
No, I've seen Barcelona. I haven't seen Sacramento. Doesn't matter at all.
All right, Coach, congratulations. We turn to Scott Mitchell, 11 of 19, 250 yards, 3 touchdowns. Where does this rank in your career?
This is definitely a big win for me. It was great to come here, and people of Orlando have been great. It's just a lot of fun, and it's good when you can set a goal and go out, and we're right at the pinnacle of getting to our goal. We set a goal to get the World Bowl and win it, and we're just taking it one step further to that goal. And we're going to come out, work hard next week, and be ready to play in the game. We're just real excited right now.
I'm going to ask you one more time. Who do you prefer to play? Sacramento, one of the best in the league, or Barcelona, 5-5?
Well, Sacramento's had a great year, and we haven't had a chance to play them yet this year. And I don't really know a lot about them right now. Barcelona, we played Barcelona. They played us tough here at home last week, and really right now I don't care. I'll just let them worry about that, and we're there, and we'll just leave it at that.
All right, Scott, congratulations. Ted?
All right, thank you, Michael. Next week, the World Bowl on USA from Montreal. Orlando against either Sacramento or Barcelona. It begins at 8 Eastern, 7 Central, next Saturday on USA. Thanks to John Robinson and Michael Barkan. I'm Ted Robinson. So long from Orlando.